Okay, so it has been a while between updates, and I acknowledge that. But I kind of feel that with a global pandemic on and no travel available for the last 3 years, it's understandable in a way. So let's talk about friendships. One of the most freeing parts of traveling alone is the ease with which some people make friends. I say some people because there are always exceptions, but that's depressing and I don't want to talk about it just now, so we won't. In these first few heady days of traveling alone, I was in awe of how quickly some people made friends. It was like a spy code password or a secret handshake that some people knew and others couldn't pick up on. But the secret to this freedom comes, I think, from two parts. First, there's a lack of consequences when traveling solo, as nobody really knows you, and that frees you up to say what you like. But there's also a sense that tomorrow may never come, that if you don't act now, then you will miss out forever. And that fear of missing out is a powerful driver. As a result, people feel that they can speak their truth with very few consequences. No one will tell your parents or report you to HR, although you might get punched in the face, but that's a bit different. And if you don't click with people while speaking your truth, oh well, just move on to the next hostel and try again. I didn't understand this freedom until I had experienced it for myself. Now, I had a point here. Give me a minute. What was I doing? Oh, right. Yeah, I was in Bali for my friend's wedding. And at this point in the story, the wedding party had just turned up. So now, for the first time in my adult life, I was in a position where I was interacting daily with two very distinct groups of people. The wedding party and the hostel party. And I began to notice the differences between my interactions with each group. But before we get into that, there's something I need to point out. I want you to note that I'm not saying anything about the quality, value, or enjoyment I'm getting out of these friendships. That's because, and I firmly believe this, different kinds of relationships deliver different types of value, but any value they provide is unique to you in that relationship. Better and worse are unhelpful labels here, and so I will not be using them. With that said, here's what I have noticed. I made friends with the Marseille gang. Remember them? It's been a while, because we were open and shared dumb stuff and didn't hold back. If we did hold back, we wouldn't have shared the dumb stuff, made each other laugh, or sought out each other's company. We wouldn't have spent the time it takes to build in-jokes and discover mutual interests. But with a lack of fear and a healthy dose of time pressure, it was pretty easy. Our masks became accurate representations of ourselves as we were at the time. But these fast and furious interactions differ in some critical areas from what you or I might think of as our regular everyday relationships. They feel different. I think that this feeling comes from familiarity. With known friends, you kind of already have your topics down. You know what you can say and to whom, and what's off limits. Or for those who say they don't have any filter with their friends, you know what you want to talk about and what you don't. It's the same thing, you're not unique, get over yourself. Your shared history pulls you together. This history also shapes conversational content. For example, my established friendships would follow a basic conversational pattern. There were greetings and drinks, catch up on recent events, drinks, discussion on familiar topics, drinks, order food and reminisce, drinks, comment on future plans, and then guess what? More drinks. And then it gets blurry, no idea why. With the travelers, the pattern starts out a lot more formulaic. Introduction, drinks. Where are you from? Drink. What's to see around here? Drinks. How long have you been traveling? Drink. Where have you been and where to go next? Drinks. And then it gets weird. Once you've covered what feels like a reasonably scripted introduction, you start hearing some wild shit. I didn't know they were a prostitute. Is it gay if you touch someone else? I heard they lost an arm on a scooter. I got locked in a bathroom. He just took so many drugs. You had to pay a fine, but it was more like a bribe. We were so lucky. It's like, why am I hearing this? Did I suddenly switch careers? Do I look like a therapist? Is this okay? And why am I doing the same thing? Well, like I mentioned before, I think it's a combo of the lack of consequences thing and the time pressure thing. Also the drinks. Many people, myself included, are kind of coded to keep our interactions beneficial for as long as possible. So when making friends, you tend to gravitate towards people who are willing to share the work that goes into writing a shared script that works for everyone. With travel friends, time is precious. You literally don't know when you might see someone for the last time in your life. That kind of pressure forges bonds real quick. Like troops in the trenches or bartenders on New Year's Eve, you're going to learn a lot about the people standing next to you, like it or not. And because you may never see tomorrow together, it's a great time to say what's on your mind. Make a connection with another human being on this fragile patch of dirt we call home. And if I may offer some conjecture, I believe this is also why there are so many travel romances that escalate so damn quickly. Not for me though, that's a different story. How was that? We done? We good? I don't remember how to do this properly. Maybe we need some outro music.